Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to Dance Stream. Oh, what? Silence? Oh, there we go. Aha! Yeah, just burst in with a cough. How's it going? Ugh, how do you do? Take off mine hat. Anywho, yes. Yes, okay, I'm getting invigorated. I'm feeling it. I can do this. Let us proceed. So it's been a pretty long day. Tiring, busy, exhausting, tasty. Got some Chinese food here, courtesy of my wonderful sister. Great. 1,700, whoa. Big spender. Oh, no problem. There you go. Alright. So we begin. I'm all in on bees. Ah! Smart, look at that. Wow. Everyone's due diligent. In the credit game, people who pay their bills on time and have no debt are what is known as, what is the actual terminology they use? Deadbeats. Deadbeats, because they can't make money off them. I thought that was crazy when I first saw that. Actual thing. Real. Yeah. Let's see here. Let me give it some of this, keep eating. How was, my day was, oh, it was a day. How was your guys' day? You're using my words. How are you all doing today? Saying the things that I'm supposed to be saying. I need another flower so my bees can pollinate. Oh, speak, ask for it and it will be provided. By the gods that are luck. Doll. Ooh, lockpick. Here we go. This is working great. This is actually working good, bees. Getting some bees. Got some bees. They're doing bee things. Let's skip that. Have a bee now. I'm trying to skip a clap. I got out early and I've been taking care of Jacqueline. Oh yeah. Taking care of a cat. I was paying those good boys up earlier. Those cat boys. And that's pretty great. I like it. Oh geez, my carbonated sugar beverage is already out. Whatever will I do? Get another carbonated sugar beverage? Oh, okay. Oh, God, yes. What did you guys eat today? Tell me. Tell me about your meals. Tell me. Need more bees. Oh, hell yeah, hungry monkey. Get a bubble. Sushi and bun bo hu. Oh, what the hell? Where'd you go get that? That sounds good. What kind of sushi? I haven't had sushi in a while. Been thinking about it. Pretty good. Let's get... Alright. Let's get the barrel of dwarves. Eat the dwarves. Eat the dwarves. Alright. I literally cannot stop eating food for meals. It's an addiction. It's a nightmare addiction, like drinking your drinking problem with water or fluids that hydrate you, as well as breathing or inhaling oxygen from the atmosphere, which is mostly nitrogen. I'll have you know. Went to sushi with my friend, then she took me to her house for Bumbaway. Bumbaway. Anyways. This is a pretty good build. I got some chickens, I got some bees. This is like a farmhouse. Oh god, I can't stop eating either. I'm just like a fat animal that'll eat and eat and eat until they like explode. Oh. Apiary build. Oh, look at you. Look who uses a thesaurus. Yeah, it's too late to get a bear. It's too late to piggy bank anymore. It's all wild, crazy bets now. I just played Skyrim. Oh. Skyrim's a good time. I'm yet to finish it. I think it'll be easy, though, once I, do it. I was so hungry all day, and, eating food, I feel like one of those, dehydrated desert plants that, like, the rains finally come, and I'm just like... It blew me back up. What I'm trying to say is that I'm like a desert plant and or flower-esque kind of thing. You don't want to be cactus. You know what? Not so much blossoming, but like unwithering. Like before I was withered and I no longer am. Only bee-related things. B, get that. Bronze arrow. Whoa. No. Barrel of dwarves. Because this... should get rid of the other barrel of dwarves. 119 gold. Wow. That was worth it. Unwrinkling. I'm like... And then it's just like... just that's pretty much what the inside of my bodies are looking like right now. It was all like... And now it's all like, hey... You're seeing it in real time. You're seeing it happen. You're seeing the unwrinkling. The unwrinkling. Do I have any dwarves left over from my purge? No, I don't. Ooh, a golden egg. You know what would be handy here? Oh, I lost my train of thought. What would be handy? Oh, like a beehive. Oh, another flower. Here we go. Ooh, rain too. Rain and water. That's it. That's the stuff. That is equal the ticket. Ooh, a diver. I don't want my guy murdering, and also don't even have that many to murder. To murder. See that? The flowers and stuff? This is a diamond whatever, but you know, the flowers and stuff. Yeah, so it begins. The bee-inny. You know what's interesting to think of? Is that bees aren't native to North America at all, eh? Like, bees were, like, brought over, I believe, when, like, Europeans first came to the Americas. Because before that, like, the pollinators were, like, mosquitoes. Isn't that crazy? So in a strange way, if bees go extinct here, that's because they were an invasive species, so it's fine. Interesting that. These are pretty cool. Like, due to how they're, like, made by the queen and all that, in a weird way, they're, like, more related to each other than, like, average. Aw, how much? Oh, I lost by so little. I thought my bees were doing good for me. That's because I was talking about them. God damn it. You know what? I'm gonna unappreciate the bees. Now it's gonna work. I hate those bees. Yeah. Bees. Good that. Bees. I'm trying to get many flowers for my bees. Are there bees? Are you sure about that? I'm almost certain there are, like, no bees. Like carpenter bees and all that. They were all introduced. I'm pretty sure. I thought it was, like, a crazy thing, too. But apparently it's a thing. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. Bees. And that's and also that's why, like, there's so many different pollinators, like butterflies and crap, right? I think, like, beetles also did a lot of pollinating, but yeah, bees weren't around. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember. Some are in the ground. Yeah, some of them are called ants. Isn't that interesting? Did you know bees and ants are basically, like, evolved very similarly? Like, bees, like the group, I can't remember. Whatever the ant group is, encompasses bees and stuff too, and a lot of all these, like, eusocial animals. Or, like, things. Honeybees are invasive, but some ground bees and twig bees are native. Are you sure? 100%? I don't know. Because I don't think it was honeybees that were brought over initially. I'm pretty certain your 99% is bigger than my, like, 75%. I'm pretty sure that's 75%. I mean, I see this is an undefined bee. We're just going to say that this is an underground burrowing twig bee. But I'm pretty sure that bees, like, all of them, like, there was no burrowing bees. Like, yeah, it's a crazy thing. Lucky cat. And I'm pretty sure. But you do have 24% on me, 0.99. Hard to say. No, the only thing stopping us from having a firm fact is someone actually looking into it. I'm like, alright. Let me see. Round nesting bee. No, I'm pretty, like, I know that those bees are around, but I don't think they're native. I don't think they are. They're native now, just like bees are native now, but they weren't initially. They were introduced. I'm pretty sure. Like, yeah, like I said, 75. Ah, teeny little bee. Pesky bee! Oh my god, got it before Jared did. Oh, go me. Ooh, are we doing a frying pan build? It's gonna be hard with my egg thing. I need, like, a chicken. Cat build, though. I'm still... Because it doesn't make sense to me that there would be, like, independently evolved bees that got over here. We're, like, I wonder if even ants, maybe. No, there were definitely ants. But maybe... Are they bees or are they, like, flying ants? I don't know. But yeah, pollinating bees, I'm like... Seeing pollinating bees, I'm like 99% sure that those were a thing. The ground nesting ones, not 100% certain. I think that's fair for me to say. I still want my bee build to work, though. I've been invested in bees. No, bees. So, like, you know how, like, the family tree goes or whatever? Like there's insects, and then there's, like, arthropods, and then there's whatever ants are. I forget what the ant clade is. But in that are bees. Like, well, I guess it's, like, whatever this, like, eusocial insect thing is. Like, with that group together. And stuff like termites, ants, and bees. Oh, it might be termites that you're thinking. Ground nesting termites. I wonder. That were like called bees, but they're technically termites. I wonder. Because that's actually a thing too. Like a lot of things just get like mislabeled when they're not actually a thing. But like in the family, they're like ant whatever family. So like whatever, like there was like some sort of proto-ant like thing, right? Then that evolved off into bees and termites and whatever. Yeah, Hymenoptera. Bees and wasps and ants. Yes, that's it. Hymenoptera. They were actually one of the most like successful groups ever. Like in general. Koala bears and panda bears, that's right. Or pandas and giant pandas. So red pandas were actually named first, and then giant pandas were named after, and then somewhere along the lines of flip-flop. Koala bears? This guy talking about candy? Let's all take a moment to laugh at this. Just give me a second. I got an actual laugh track here. Bookmark. Give me a... It's coming. We're all laughing at your mistaken spelling. Anyhow, good. Gigantopithecus. Gigantopithecus blackie, the largest freaking ape ever. It's a real thing. It's actually called that. Unironically. You never seen it? It's a real thing. Yeah. All monkeys are scary. Yeah, well, it's weird. I have a you want to hear an interesting theory that I just made up kind of one day when I was talking about the uncanny valley before. So, do you guys know about the uncanny valley? Like when something kind of looks like a human, it creeps you out. Like ventriloquist dolls, or like some really realistic human looking dolls, some like monkeys. But I have a suspicion that this is like some sort of evolutionary thing that we got when like we were like speciating, so we could like imagine seeing a Neanderthal. Even if you see recreations of Neanderthal, it starts to spark that uncanny valley. It looks like a human, but it's not quite. And it's like this built-in weird kind of identifying of these like slight things of like this like possible, I don't know, it feels like this like response to like seeing this intruder or something. It's weird. Art, AI art, yeah. But like yeah, I don't know. I feel like this uncanny valley might have been like a thing for us to like kind of separate early humans with each other when we became tribal and freaking whatever, right? That's what it feels like when I think about it. Like, it's weird because imagine having something that looks human that isn't human looking at you. It seems more sinister. Like, even having a human look at you is sinister, but having like something that's trying to like a monster wearing a human skin and it like freaks you out. I don't know. This is just a hypothesis I made up. There's no evidence behind it, but like there's something about it that's what it feels. It feels like predatory. It feels like something human, not human. And that's like, if you see a lot of our things in like horror as a genre in humans, is that we have like a fear of this kind of like what we do to animals, we are afraid of. Like when we're staring down an animal or whatever, and it's like, whatever, that means we're like hunting it. So when we see something looking at us, we think it's hunting us. And we're like, oh, and we start to freak out, right? So like, yeah. There you go. And I think, yeah, maybe there's like some sort of projection there that we see this like predatory thing. And then there's like even more layers to it that like, not only does it creep you out, that like you're thinking that this thing has the foresight to try to trick you into thinking to give it trust or something. There's something there. Like there's a lot of like body snatcher kind of like weird things that are just kind of built and ingrained in us that we just find scary. Right? Here's another interesting thought I was actually talking with one of my pals about the other day. Is that when do you think becoming like there's things nowadays that are kind of damaging to an individual because we as a society and a conglomerate are more powerful than our individual humans can become. So we have more refined, much like our food, we have refined information. right? That comes to us. But that hasn't been the case for like 99% of humanity. So I think that it's interesting that like we're kind of weirdly, almost selectively bred to believe in folk tales and myths and ghost stories, because at some point, like being superstitious was like a life-saving thing, right? So like, oh, don't go down to the river because the river horse will take you. You listen to that, you live. No river horses get you, but you know, it might have been something else dangerous. But like I wonder when the flip-flop from being superstitious and like believing all of this stuff went from being positive to negative, because somewhere along the lines humans found out this trick and they used it as like they used like fear-mongering as like a marketing tactic to sell their books or whatever, you know? And it's interesting. So like it's bad now and we don't really need superstition anymore. But there was a point when it was like 100% like reasonable to like believe in superstition all the time. Like why wouldn't you? Like every superstition's like sit at home and do nothing. It's like, or else a monster will bite you to death. It's like, oh frick, guess I'm not gonna be doing anything, right? But yeah, I wonder, the Industrial Revolution, like was that a big player in the killings of the, I don't know. I don't even think it necessarily happened with like the idea of like this philosophical enlightenment, like the Enlightenment era, when all these whatever freaking guys superstition. But yeah, like there's interesting things that humans like used as like kind of like markers throughout history to like go forth, whatever. And I guess superstition, sit at home and do nothing or you will die. That is the superstition. I see you out in public, I'm like, Jesus Christ, what are you doing out here? You gonna die? You trying to kill yourself? Getting outside? Don't you know crazy people like me will come up to you and start shaking you? Just grab and shake. Yeah. Isn't that, I don't know. Like, when did it become a net positive or a net negative versus a net positive to be superstitious? Like throwing salt over your shoulder, not walking under ladders. Like, not walking under ladders makes sense. Not walking under ladders is functionally like a more modern day kind of superstition. That is like a practical superstition, similar to like don't go to the river or else you'll get eaten by a monster kind of thing. Because when you walk under ladders, a guy can fall on you. So like they say it's bad luck, but in reality it's actually a strange, weird, convoluted safety message to be like, a guy could fall on you and it's bad luck if you go under a ladder because you're gonna bring him falling on you, right? You scared? What a nerd, right? Exactly. Ooh, a bear. I forgot, this was supposed to be a bee build. I don't know where all these urns came from. Just all urns? Dale Earnhardt? Eh? I know a NASCAR single one guy from it. Name. Well, I got one monkey. I may as well get all the fruit from. What other things are interesting to think about? Quick. I don't really have many people. My guy murdering everybody would be useless. But making my bananas better is good. Here we go. Bees and monkeys and coconuts and urns. And flowers. Flowers and urns make sense together. There should be a buff for it. What things are interesting to think about? No, I would disagree with you heavily on that. Thinking about what's interesting is actually a pretty interesting thing to think of. Because it starts getting you thinking about interesting things, right? Instead of thinking of all this boring freaking crap all the time. Jesus, that's a nightmare. Jesus. The list of things I'd rather do than nothing is like, I don't know. Not as big as I actually imagined it. I thought, like, at the start of that sentence, I thought it was going to be a lot bigger. And then I realized, you know, I would do nothing. I'd do nothing right now, given the chance. But alas, this witch's curse that I agreed to forces me in a contract with my blood to continue playing stream every single day. Real thing. It's not a superstition. I think it's interesting. Here we go, flower. I like the idea of like, so back in the day, there was a lot of like this like drama with like curses and stuff as being these big grandiose things. But I like the idea of like being cursed to like a devil's deal for something really mundane, and like you're cursed to do a kind of really mundane thing for the rest of your life. Like I was talking to my pal about or like the new Pokemon game. Like he gets every single Pokemon game, like every time they come out, but he doesn't even care to play them or finish it or whatever. And just like, why? But like, and like also keeps up to date with like strange like a few things that are like competitive. And like I'm like kind of surprised. I'm like, why? Like you have some sort of investment of time into this, right? Ooh, and a lockpick. But anyways, like I like to imagine that there was like some sort of a curse, like a 10-year-old kid, like he got cursed that like he wanted a Pokemon game, and it's like yes, or like a genie's wish, you know, like with like a thing like they wanted to get like Pokemon X or Y or something when it like first came out or something, and like it was granted to them. But the thing is that they're like burdened to buy every single Pokemon game for the rest of their life as soon as it comes out, right? Like I love that as like kind of a curse. And it's just like, why do you keep buying these games? It's just like I have to do it. And yeah, there you go. Thinking of many things is interesting, just by its pure size. A bit of water isn't very interesting, but if you have a whole pile of it, it's a freaking ocean, and that's pretty sweet. So, your logic is now destroyed, and I've won this argument, so you may now like, comment, and subscribe, and then forward this to 10 of your friends, or else you will be haunted. This is one of those chain emails that turned into just a stream. This is the long con, honestly. This is specifically for you, to capture you, right now. Step 1, make a stream that's unprofitable and no one cares to watch. Step 2, wait. Anyways, how much time do you think I'm wasting during thinking wrong thing? Doesn't seem worth it. What is wrong? See, this is where we start to get into like the nitty-gritty of like what we think things are. Do I? Oh well, I was gonna say, do I have a toddler? But it looks like I have to restart. The uninteresting thing. It's hard. You know what's harder? To think of uninteresting things. Go ahead. Try. Impossible. Okay, I've been trying bees for a while. It's not working. These bees aren't working for me. Work it could be interesting. Even though work is difficult, still could be interesting. Yeah, I think I find that to be the case more often than not. Though difficult, it's more interesting than doing nothing. Sleeping. Sleeping's actually interesting too. Because the more you learn about sleeping, it's more interesting to see what it's about. So like recently, I don't know how new or reliable or good the information is, but I saw something, like just some like internet article that I read about how sleeping, like when you study it, it's like when you go to sleep, your spinal fluid goes into your brain and kind of like washes a lot of these like proteins out and like kind of refreshes your brain. Because I think as you go through the day awake and doing things, these like proteins, I believe some of them might have been tau proteins, like little proteins in your brain, right? They just accumulate, I suppose, and when you go to sleep, your spinal fluid that's just sitting in your spinal fluid because it's not doing anything and now just like kind of rushes over your brain and like kind of washes it, and then I guess it goes back and somehow gets into your blood, then, you know, digested, and, or not even digested, just kind of, you know, filtered off. But I thought that was very interesting. So sleep is interesting, and not only are you wrong, just exceptionally wrong. Jesus, I can't even imagine you being more wrong, honestly. Bees. Bees feel like that new cultist to me. They just don't want to work when I want it to work. But yeah, bees. Sleeping's cool. And I'm gonna be sleeping soon. Bay Area RM said that you cannot allow people to communicate in dreams. They can now allow people to communicate in dreams. I don't know. I don't even actually dream. Like, it's weird. Like, I sleep, but I don't dream. It's like I get knocked out. Like, I, like, lie there, and it's just shaking. And, like in bed, curled up like this, just shaking. As I do every single night. And then, suddenly, I just black out, and then I wake up, and I go to work. So, I don't know. It feels like I like just pulled out a plug. Like, you know, like when the power goes out, it's like, that's it. Very rarely dreams. And if I have dreams, they're like scary. Just nightmares or just people screaming. I don't know why that is. You know, one of those things where you just have only nightmares and other than that, it's nothing. Yeah, I don't know why that is though. It's weird. Inception. I don't know. I don't believe a lot in this tech. I feel a lot of it is actually marketing. Like, communicate in the sense of like, maybe, like, I don't know. Whenever I see some of these, I take it with an exceptionally large pinch of salt. Like, just to spice it up, because I don't know. A lot of things I see, like even this, the thing I liked about this dream thing is that it's interesting. It's like mildly interesting. Like it's kind of cool that your brain fluid like washes over your brain, but that's about it. It's like, why lie about that? Whereas when you hear about communicating in dreams, it's like, why lie about that? Because there's millions of dollars you could probably make if you sell a thing like this, right? But I have a suspicion, without reading it or anything, that their definition of communication is something like, hey, I'm gonna say the word banana right now, and we're gonna monitor your brain and see what it looks like in your brain scans, right? And when you go to sleep, hit that keyword, and we're gonna see if your brain picks up that signal. So they just watch a whole bunch of dreaming happening, and then they see this, like, thing that looks like banana, whatever. And they're like, they're talking from their dream. I have a suspicion it's something like that. I think. There's a thing. When I am warm, I dream. Interesting. I never dream. Never. I never dream. Never. No, well, you know what? That's not true. I guess nightmares are dreams. I have those. Like the feeling of being late. It's just like, oh, geez, I'm late to this exam. As a dream. I also don't ever recall any of dreams if I have them. Like, I even, like, when I wake up, I'm like, did I have any dreams? I'm trying to think. Like, none. Here we go. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I have nothing. It's just blackout. Just... You're also in an icebox when you sleep. That's true. But I like the sleep. I was thinking about this. I was like, why do I like the cold air? It feels like it's easier to breathe. If that makes sense. Like, when you breathe cold air, it feels like... This could be like another made-up thing I'm just making up. But it feels like cold air, like when you inhale it, there's like, I don't know, you're like absorbing more oxygen or something because of its coldness or something. And it might just be me imagining it, but I don't know, it feels like it. It feels like that crispness. It makes it easier for me to breathe instead of having like this labored, like, breathing in this heat. Feels like a nightmare. I get a comedian. My old comedian monkey build. I can get some ore. Oh! Oh god, I'm already gonna lose. I was gonna say, I have omelet. I can turn this into an omelet build real fast. Hexamitises could be good too. Do 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 do. Thus. No, like, my imagining when I say it is that it makes sense that if you had regular air, like atmosphere air, and you cool it down, like it just becomes more dense, likely, right? It's like it's the same idea of like why when you're lower down to sea water, the air is thicker, and when you go up, it gets thinner, right? So when it's hotter, well, there's two things. When it's hotter, it holds more moisture, and when it's hotter, it also is less dense. So like 1 square volume would have less particles at a temperature, right? So if it's colder, it's slightly more dense, and I don't know if I can actually pick that up. It might be just like me imagining it, but I feel that it's just like, whoa, it's easier to breathe. Like cold air, I don't know. Frozen air is like easier to breathe. Whereas like hotter air, it's just and it feels like it's sticking to you. It might be it might also be the humidity. Maybe I'm correlating humidity and heat together tight, and not realizing it. But dry hot air, like an oven heat, is less. It's not as bad as just like hot, moist air. Oh yeah, those are called sea sheep, I believe. They're little slugs that are they're little tiny slugs that have photosynthetic algae inside of their things, like their cells, in some part of their organs on the top of them, and they act like leaves. So they photosynthesize, they create some sort of sugars that then get absorbed into the sea slug, so the sea slug can go walk over to sunnier areas so it can photosynthesize better. Thus the cycle. Talking about dreams, he's breathing in the frozen sky. Oh Jesus, look at you adding beautiful imagery to this. You're gonna be like, oh, the solar storms of the sun are strong these days. That's why I can see auroras everywhere, right? Whatever. I ain't impressed. I've seen a sky before. I've seen the color red or yellow and green. I've seen a spectrum of colors before. That means I've seen literally everything. I could just put them together. They do look like Pokemon, the sea slugs. I think some Pokemon might have been inspired by those little guys. You know who else are cute little kind of well, they're not as aquatic, but they're like amphibians. Actually, they're pretty aquatic. Axolotls are pretty cute. Little newt guys. They got gills. Ooh. I get a lemon in here. Alright, I have to start destroying some things that are not synergizing. Okay, pearl, cherries, you out of here. Axolotl, yeah. They don't ask a lotl, but they sure do deliver. Alright, there we go. That's a good one. I think that's quality. I saw a snake eat a whole egg the other day. How does the shell not hurt them once it breaks inside? Well, they got a bunch of slime over them, right? And if it depends. Does it break inside them or does it slowly dissolve? Like, do they actually crack the egg when it gets inside their belly? Because I imagine maybe they eat it and then slowly the acids will just melt the shell and then it becomes kind of like... Have you ever put like vinegar or an egg in vinegar and leave it for a few days and it becomes like a rubber egg? Might do something like that. But like it just eats the shell. What was I looking for? Oh, I already have a hooligan. Ray. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. Also, if you had like a shell and you covered it, like if you put a whole egg shell in your mouth and crushed it, like a whole egg with shell, and put it in your mouth and bit down, like you might get prickled a little bit, but like imagine that even more so without having like a snake's body is basically a tube of meat with like some little tiny bones that move outward and crap. So I would imagine that like when they eat it, it doesn't break, and if it does, it's covered in like mucusy slime that kind of protects it. And if it breaks, it doesn't break fast. Yeah, but the thing is, they don't really crush it. They kind of like, it's like a sock. Like if you put your hand out and you had a sock and you just kind of like put it over top of it, like this, the egg sits there and the snake moves around it and like kind of like it eats it, and then like it goes around. The egg kind of sits there and the snake kind of pulls it in, right? So I would imagine that, like it probably doesn't break more often, because I've seen videos where those snakes like regurgitate an egg. They just like cough the egg back up, right? Like it's like if I had an egg in my hand, right? Like I could probably move an egg around and like wave it around like this, like crazy, right? But unless I freaking like whap my hand on something, which a snake probably wouldn't do, it'd be slower. It wouldn't be like whapping or dropping or anything. There's a very low chance of it like busting. But I'm not sure. Do they vomit the shell up? They might just have like reinforced tummies too. Well, you gotta think, some animals regurgitate like bones, like owls. Owls they shoot up little pellets of bone and like fur and crap. That kind of makes sense. But you would think that they would want the calcium for like their own eggs. But that being said, snake eggs don't actually use as much calcium as bird eggs because their shells are typically rubbery. So maybe their calcium needs are less. I would imagine. Good thought, though. I think that makes sense to me. I would imagine that they would either eat it, it wouldn't get crushed in them, and it would slowly get dissolved. Or they eat it, they crush it, and it just goes down the throat. Or they eat it, they crush it, and then they just spit out the thing. Because like maybe they crush it, and then the egg shells are small enough that they just kind of like stay there, and then the yolk and stuff go down. That wasn't possible. A bearded dragon? Bearded dragons are pretty cool. Give him a little one of these. Give him a little razzmatazz. No. Snakes come. It depends. Some snakes. I think there's a few, like boa constrictors and stuff. Like a few pythons and stuff give live birth, but most snakes come from eggs. Some snakes come out of the egg and they're very like a rattlesnake comes out just as poisonous as a full-grown adult. So like if a baby rattlesnake comes out and bites you, you're done, because they're just as poisonous. They actually might be more poisonous because they inject 100% of their poison because they don't have like control. So they're just like, ah! And they get you good. Some are babies, some are in eggs. But yeah, I'm pretty sure most actually are egg. There's only a few that go in not egg, live birth. And I'm pretty sure it's like pythons, like big guys. I have a lot of cats. No synergy with them, I just have them. I need to get a miner. Squids and octopi freak me out sometimes. Did you know that those guys aren't even that closely evolutionarily related? They're cephalopods, but they evolved, like, diverged, like, really far away. Yeah, give me that guillotine. Ooh. Here we go. But apparently an interesting thing, so I remember I watched a PBS Eons episode about this, about squid fossils and, oh, there we go. About squid fossils and, octopus fossils. So there's, like, a lot of octopus fossils, like, relatively speaking. Like there's a normal amount for, like fossils are rare, right? But, like, when it comes to fossils, octopuses aren't as rare to find as squid are. And apparently, they did, like, a study to figure out why it's so much harder to find squid fossils, and it's due to them being more acidic. Because a lot of squid, I believe, are deeper sea animals. And when you're at that level, to become buoyant and stuff, a lot of them use, like, ammonia and crap to help with their buoyancy. And I believe squids have more of it in their body tissues, and when those start to get into sort of they're not very good for preservation because they destroy themselves. And yeah, so apparently, like, due to just having kind of different body chemistry, it makes it that octopuses fossilize easier than squids. Sperm whales eat giant squid, yeah. But that's another thing, see? They're deep sea. Those squids are probably deep sea. Squids and sperm whales go down there. And another interesting thing about, so people think like giant squids are like these really big, strong, fast-moving, whatever things. But apparently there's like this thing about metabolism that like the bigger you are, the less energy you use. It's like some weird, there's like a name for it, like a paradox. But the reason that a lot of the time giant squids lose is that like they're so big, they're not very fast. They're all slow because their metabolism's slow to allow them to be huge and massive down there. So they don't actually really even fight back. So they're just like kind of like going around doing their thing, like going like this. And a giant squid or like a sperm whale's metabolism is so much stronger. So like they're actually like able to like kind of charge and do stuff. So like squids will fight back in the sense that they'll like grab onto and like suction cup you and stuff. But they can't really like wrestle a freaking thing down, like, because they're not really wrestling. They're just freaking like kind of like, they kind of are like giant floating hooks, and they wait for things to come in and they like that's kind of like gnawed down or whatever. And they don't use as much energy because apparently there's like some thing about that. So they're not actually super fast. They're just big and they're deep. And yeah, there you go. Interesting, eh? That the sperm whales have quite a bit of an advantage over the giant squid. Metabolism. Here we go. I might go get another carbonated sugar water. I'm feeling so good after being all like that little dehydrated flower at the beginning of the stream, and now I've eaten and drank and things. I am blossoming now. I said I wasn't before. I said I was unwrinkling. I'm blossoming. I'm blossoming. I'm blossoming here, right? Blossoming. Do I even have a toddler? I have so many pinatas. I don't even think I do, but I'm gonna get it again. Yeah, PBS Eons is sweet. Oh man, just shy. I haven't had any real good builds. I've just been talking about garbage. Oh, there you are. I often think of orchard crab and how sad their fate is, and yet how important the blood is. Yeah, well, it's not that sad of a fate. Like, the interesting thing about horseshoe crabs, and the reason why their blood is so coveted, is because of how their immune system works. So we have, like, I believe it's called a activated... there might be a word. It's like an activated or responding immune system. So when we see something, like, we identify, then respond to it. Whereas horseshoe crabs, their blood is like passive, so any sort of contamination will automatically like clot it and stuff. And apparently it's like really quick and instant, essentially. So like any contaminated things at all. So they use this stuff because they haven't found anything better to check for vaccines to make sure that they're not contaminated. So they'll like throw some horseshoe crab blood like in a vial, and then they'll drop some vaccine in there, and if it clots, like I saw a thing. It might have been like a video maybe I saw, but I didn't know about this weirdly previously to like the COVID thing. But they get it in a vial, then they just kind of squirt some vaccine in there, and they shake it like that, and if it's like solid, like in like that amount of time, then it's contaminated, and if it's not, it's all right. But how they cultivate it is interesting because they basically grab wild horseshoe crabs from the sea, wherever they like go, and they grab them and they put them like in this like harness. So they're like upside down, and their like tail is up, and their like heart is exposed. Their heart. And like in this machine, they get like this big long needle, and they're like, and they just stab it in their heart, and it takes their blood, but it doesn't take all of it. It takes like half their blood. And then, like, you know, like, it's, like, basically kind of weak and bummed out. And then they just kind of throw it back into the ocean. And they often recover because it makes sense to not kill them, because then you can harvest them again. Like, it's actually economically more beneficial to not kill a horseshoe crab than it is to kill a horseshoe crab and take all of its blood. Because if you take 100% of its blood today, you only get 100% of its blood. But if you take 50% of its blood 4 times, you get 200% of a horseshoe crab blood from one crab, right? So it kind of works out. No, like none of them die. Yeah, like a lot of them live. It's it's some weird, crazy, almost vampire. See, this is another thing that like a horror movie would be made of. Like this shadowy group of vampires that kidnaps people, takes half of their blood, and then puts them back so they can harvest them. That's like a horror movie plot. But that's exactly what we do with horseshoe crabs all the freaking time. Isn't that interesting? This freaking animal domestication is like a fear built into humans. Like it's like, oh geez, we don't want to be domesticated like farm animals. But that mean I mean, I'll domesticate a farm animal. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna not do it. It's interesting. It's the double standard for humans. I think there's like this guilty, like a comeuppance. It's just like, Jesus, we've been doing this a long time. When is it gonna, you know, come back and get us? But it doesn't, which is great. More powerful bunnies. But yeah, horseshoe crabs. Their blood is important. The blood is also blue. And the reason is because instead of having hemoglobin like we do, which uses iron rust on our blood to essentially carry oxygen, they use they use copper. It's like, I forget the actual chemical, but it's like a copper blood. Now let's try getting oysters. Let's hope for a diver. Yeah. Some lobsters have that too. I think a lot, like I think there's a few animals that have interesting blood like that. Like there's an ice fish that has white blood because it doesn't need hemoglobin at all, because there's so much dissolved oxygen in cold water in the Arctic and stuff that they can like osmosis enough oxygen through their bodies. And these little ice fish, they don't need hemoglobin. I believe there's also violet. It's very rare, but there's violet blood, and they don't use copper or iron. They use something else that makes it violet. I want to say iodine, but that's purely because of the color. Not actually about if I'm right about it. Get a monkey. Get a goldfish. And get a goose. I've eaten lobster. It's okay. I'm sure you've probably eaten lobster at some point, like a lobster sandwich from just like McDonald's-y thing or something. It's like the lobster sandwich. It's okay. You've had crab. It's functionally the same. Like you have to have quite a refined freaking palate to be able to tell the difference between like unnamed freaking crab and like lobster of same size and same color. I don't know. That's also hard to say because like I think that when I ate lobster, I was like, oh, this tastes like crab, and vice versa. So I need a side-by-side comparison is what I'm getting at. I need to eat crab and then a lobster right beside each other, and then see which one I like better. Do you know that insects are basically land crustaceans? Isn't that interesting? And that's why if you eat some bugs, you get seafood things, because they have the exact same crap in them. Effed. That's also why bugs taste like freaking seafood, because they are seafood. Interesting stuff. Everything is bugs. That's not true. Chordates aren't bugs. Like if you have like a spine or like a whatever, you're basically not a bug. You split. Somewhere along the lines. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let me think. bugs definitely evolved, but there was like at the same time, I guess, where did fish, like spinal things and things without a spine, diverge? When did that happen? The Devonian was the age of the fish. The Cenozoic was after that. Huh. I'm not sure. But, I think... Yeah, we're not all bugs. Because I think we're more in the fish group. Like, in the... If there was a gang, and they had cool jackets, and everyone who was in the, like, the gang started when, like, the fish and the bugs separated or whatever, then we would be wearing the jackets of the fish. Alright? Hey, look who it is! Super cool guy. But I'm trying to think. The first bug... When did the first bugs start to evolve? Because there was like sea scorpions and crap that were like big deals back in the day, right? And Anomalocaris, which was like this like articulated swimming mega predator of the time. But I think this is much before that. That's the Cambrian. The Cambrian explosion. Because before bugs and stuff, I think echinoderms, like starfish and stuff, were a big freaking deal. Trilobites are not bugs. But they're similar. I don't know. I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to... Without looking it up, of course. That's what. Where's the fun in that? See, this is a fun thing. This is like a pre... This reminds me of like pre-internet days, where like you wouldn't know a fact, and you would try to reason it out, and try to kind of like work with someone to guess it. Ordinate Earth. Okay, in the Ordovician. Okay, that makes sense. The same time terrestrial plants. Yeah, that makes sense. Thought to have evolved from the group of Cretaceous. Exactly. Yep. No, I agree that shrimp... No, that's what I was saying. Like, I was saying that, like, all seafood is bugs. Like shrimps. Like, even clam stuff, like, well, they're not... Those are, like, bivalves and crap. But, I mean, they evolve kind of the same thing, right? Yeah. Yeah. But the thing is that it's interesting that we don't necessarily think of insects as land crustaceans. You can think of crustaceans as, like, water bugs. But we don't think of bugs as water insects or land insects, right? That was the only point I was thinking of. Yeah, I know. I would love to get a diver in here. I kind of just grabbed these pearls just to see in hopes that I would get a diver. Yeah. Water before land, yes. But the thing is that like there was also little like in the water there was a lot of like little fishies, like little teeny fish. Oh Jesus. Like Pacaya, I think is like the first like chordates that like when you look up like fish or whatever, like the first one, that's what it's called. Right? But I'm not certain if that was before or after bugs. Because I think fish evolved before plants took over the land too. Right? Like I think what happened is that the water till the Cambrian was like the place. And there was like no land really. Like the land was just this freaking crappy rock that everyone hated. And then, like, somewhere along the lines, as it evolved and evolved and evolved, pressures in the water got so great that, like, some things were pushed to the land. But there were some, like, I think mosses and funguses and crap. No, actually, that's not true. I don't even think funguses evolved for quite a while. I know mosses were, like, one of the first guys that, like, or, like, algae mats and crap were, like, the first stuff to take over the land. And, like, maybe their dead bodies allowed them to make substrate strong enough that... Perhaps mosses could do it, and then those would leach off some of the minerals in the ground that would run off into the water, repeat a cycle, you know, like that kind of crap. Well, whales are interesting. Whales were like mammals that like were like dog-like things hanging out by the water, you know, chilling. They're like, Jesus, I'm sick and tired of this freaking being dry all the time. So they started fishing. Do that for a bit. Thought it was kind of cool. Stuck around for a while. Overstayed their welcome. Became freaking... whales. You know what's funny? I like to imagine things like these grandiose questions of humanity. Like, the meaning of life and stuff. And I like the idea of it being really simple and like kind of mundane, like kind of like what I was saying about curses. I like grandiose things, but having mundane answers. So like, I love the idea that like all this life thing, it's like, what's it for? And in reality, like when you compare every life, like one life, like an animal, a human, whatever, it's really just about how big you are. And in reality, like as an outside species, let's say there was aliens that understood that this was the case in the universe, that being big is like the thing. Like they would see these whales as these grand hulking jerks who are like hilariously laughing at everyone because they're massive, like untouchably huge, right? Like, and like inside of you, it would be kind of cool, I think, in every human to be 400 feet long. You know, like being massive would make you way bigger, better. I don't know. There's a thing to it. I think humans have this, or like, and life in general just wants to be big. Big. No, that's not true. Lots of things get big. Whales. Actually, horses get big. Yeah, horses get big. I think house cats are getting bigger because of nutrition. House cats also live a lot longer. So like in the 80s and crap, cats and stuff only used to live up to like 6 to 10 years at most. And now on average, a cat will live to be like 15, almost 20 years. Like a cat's life is like almost one or like twice as long as it is in like the last 30 years. Like it's huge. Same with dogs and stuff. That's why like there's so much like medicine money that gets funneled into it, because pets live longer and older animals have more ailments and they cost more. So there's like, it's weird that like we've just kind of extended not even artificially, we just buy through nutrition and like whatever, like an animal's life way longer than they have to. So they're evolving, right? Like you gotta think, like ragamuffin cats and stuff, they're freaking huge. Like they weren't small cats. Like I think I think I was watching a PBS thing not that long ago, and they were talking about how cats are like never really domesticated, and they're starting kind of right now to be domesticated, and it had a lot to do with how we and cats for the most part live together. And it has to do that like cats are semi-wild, like whereas dogs, they're 100% tame. You own it, you tell it what to breed with, it'll make its offspring, it'll do that, right? Whereas cats aren't as much. They'll jump out a window and breed with wherever. They're semi-wild, like at all times. And it's only recently that humans, like in the last 100 years or so, that we've been able to start, like even breeds are like kind of more luck than anything with cats. More so than dogs. Dogs, it's like a science. Where cats, it's like, it's harder to tell. But apparently, I was watching this thing, and it was saying that we're actually starting to domesticate cats, and that's why they're getting bigger and friendlier, and possibly in the future, you're gonna have like cats, like a cat maybe the size of like a golden retriever, and it'll be friendly like a kitten its entire life, because that's what we're gonna domesticate in the future. Big, fuzzy, friendly animals. Yeah. Because yeah, like the I'm not sure if it's African. I know it's a desert cat. Like I don't know exactly from. It's probably Africa, but I know that they are where all the kitties are descended from. All the kitties. Ooh, a pair this early? Such an honor. Oh well, just to lose. All right, well, it looks like I'm gonna have to go back to the mines. Yeah, so a thing I learned, or I think it was in the same PBS thing, they were saying that like people have been trying to domesticate cats into breeds so you can have them do stuff, and the very first like domesticated cat was like the only pattern that they did was like a swirl. It looked like a tabby cat, but like you've probably seen it. It's called like the ink blot swirl, ink blot swirl pattern. So if you see like a cat, you know who actually has it? I think Carlo. He has like it's not stripes on him. It's like a blob on their side, which is like on the side of a cat. So if you see like a tabby cat, like one of those like kind of gray browny guys, and they have like that big kind of black swirl on this thing, kind of almost looks like an eye. That was apparently like the first domesticated like pattern that didn't involve in the wilderness that cats had. And I'm pretty sure Carlo, he's what's known as a Lynx Point cat. Or Lynx Point Siamese, I'm pretty sure. If you look that up. If you look at it, they're like kind of like white, cute cats. Yeah. And yeah, I believe that's it. But yeah, like cat domestication and like is not. Oh jeez, yeah, I'm going for the bees again. They're not as cut and dry as other animals, but it's becoming more cut and dry because we've just gotten better at it. Here we go, a rain build. A Rupert build. Boo, 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 boo. Man, I'm feeling so good after eating and having soda in my life. I'm gonna get that soda I was thinking about. Oh. Are you kidding me right now? Yeah, boy. Oh my god. Now that's a good guy. What kind of Chinese food? I think we had chicken chow mein, pork fried rice, or shrimp fried rice, sorry. Beef and broccoli, and some pork. Barbecue. Delicious. It was all delicious. What was I gonna say? There was a it was because I said the shrimp fried rice. There's this funny internet meme that's like it's like you got shrimp fried rice and you're telling me a shrimp fried this rice? Shrimp fried rice. And like there's a thing where it kind of goes on and like it gets increasingly verbose and it's just like and like one of the things is like, so you're telling me that a shrimp, the locust of the ocean, was to have taken up a pan and fried the rice that I'm currently enjoying. And I just love that. This is needlessly long. My god, look at Jonathan. I mean, you can't, but I can. Fine. Fine. For my adoring fans. Look at that. You're thinking of the mantis shrimp or the pistol shrimp? Yeah, look at that guy. Not a care in the world, just making biscuits over there like crazy by himself. Just making biscuits. Opening up a bakery. What a cute boy. Mantis, yep. Ooh. Oh, I feel crickly. You know, after you work like an extremely hard day of unbelievable hard labor, and then you relax for a bit and your body relaxes, and then after you start to move, it feels like everything's crickly? That's how I feel. Crickly as hell. More cat things. Ooh. You know what? I don't want that. Need some bone broth. Oh. Bone broth. Man, bone broth is pretty good. A lot of broth is bone broth if you really think about it. I think in general, broth is typically made out of bones. Plant bones. Freaking meat is bones. Jonathan, angel cat. He is a cat who is also an angel. It's so funny because Carlo is very rascally, right? Whereas like Jonathan's been kind of like soft and like whatever nowadays, but Jonathan's still kind of a rascal. He'll still go friggin' wild every now and then, chase Carlo down. It's kind of funny. Go chases him, he's a friggin' wildcat. I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah. Let me regale you with more stories of PBS Eon episodes I've watched. I think I watched something recently about why cats and dogs why they both kind of exist and one didn't just kind of overtake the other. Because like in a weird way, cats are more like as a predator, more equipped. They're typically bigger. They have bigger teeth, sharper claws, and all this stuff. More powerful on average. But dogs are more persistent. So, and they like working together. Whereas a cat, like, if it doesn't work, they'll just give up and they're like, hey, whatever. Whereas a dog, they don't give up. They just keep going and going and going and trying and trying and trying. And apparently that having kind of that strategy makes it so even though dogs are less like powerful and like whatever, their teamwork and stuff makes them just as powerful, if not more, than cats even, and outcompete them. It's like, it's interesting. It's interesting. It's so interesting I actually have to tell you how interesting it is. It's interesting, trust me. Hold up. It's actually interesting. It gets on to the story of think of something interesting, whereas I think everything is kind of interesting if you at least go into more than a millimeter of depth into anything. It can be very interesting. Yeah. Am I losing already? Jesus. Am I not gonna win today? It's because I keep talking about things. Ah, beehive. You're all very good. I get the coin on string. Might get a Midas. Ooh. My neck is sore. Oh man. Oh manatee. Speaking of manatees. I must find out what to get. My build right now isn't very focused, is it? I'd like it to be a little more focused than this, if at all possible. Oh damn, that's sun. Sun and rain? Busy bee here. Doing well, actually. See, ever since I stopped talking, now all of a sudden I'm freaking killing it. Dwarves are more valuable than miners at mining. So I'll get rid of the miner. And I will also get rid of one of these pearls. Okay. Oh, I'd love to get a diver to eat pearls. Essence. You know, an interesting thing about using some wording is that like so like in a lot of these like health like these like wellness brands, which is basically a way for people to scam you. They want to scam you for money by selling you garbage. But anyways, all these wellness things, they say things like essential oils. So I was curious. I was like, what is essential oils? Is it like it's like essential for your health? It's essential for your body to run? And apparently when you use essential oils, like the word essential in essential oils, it doesn't actually mean that it's essential for you to run or anything or its health. It just means that it has the essence of this oil, meaning it just smells like it. And I couldn't freaking believe that. I was, what? That, yeah. It just like if you, like, I could just like get like peppermint smell. And then like I put that in an oil and it's peppermint oil. Then it's an essential oil then. I freaking hate that. I hate that a lot. I like that. Ooh, that kills me. More bears. But yeah, I really disagree with that. A bush dog? I have. Oh, maybe. Are they kind of like corgi shaped but fuzzy and black and like kind of look like eh. Yeah, okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. If anyone's ever curious about a perfect description of a bush dog, you can clip that and watch it. Oh, you want to see a funny video? Watch raccoons washing their food, but like with cotton candy. Hey! This guy does subscribe to my YouTube, as all of you should. Should all be going to my YouTube and liking everything, because I need to see those analytics go up. But anyways. a minute 1:33. If you ever want to know how to describe bush dogs perfectly. Cotton candy raccoon is so funny because it looks like it sinks. Like the cotton candy not only goes there, it's just like, then it's just like, no, tragically absorbed. Koalas are. Have you ever heard of koala roaring? Like they scream. They're like, no freaking way. I'm off by 7? Jesus. So apparently the reason that koalas can go that deep for an animal their size, because most animals their size, they don't have like the vocal box for it. They have like a special organ that allows them to like gutturally roar. Yeah, koalas, I don't know. Koalas are the product of extremely good marketing. Smooth brain, deep voice. Yeah, they have like the smoothest brain out of like all mammals, I believe, too. All of them. Smooth. Critical thought, they're like, whoa. Not here. They're like, we're just doing deep voices right now. They're like, oh, I can't grab things with my hands. I better starve. Heavy metal koalas. Koalas are kind of cute, though. They are. They are. I must admit, nah, they're not horrendous. I mean, they're no baby sea otters, but you know, who is? You ever see those? Now those are cute. Oh. Those are some productive lights. No, not river otters. Ocean, like the sea otter. Baby sea otter. River otters are scarier looking than sea otters. Sea otters are pretty cute. They have like a flat face. I would say sea otters are probably cuter than river otters. River otters have like big scary eyes and they're like all the time. Have any fishies? Yeah, get the compost heap going. The heap. Moo dang. Oh, moo dang. That's a good, good one. Looking at the time, should this be my last one of the night? I've just been talking. There's no real game going on. I'm just talking. Functionally, this is like a blog. Oh my god. Jonathan. Now he's lying on the bed. Update on Pesto. He's losing his fluff and getting his big feathers now. Aw. When things grow up, sad. Got a seed. Moodang. Did you know that Moodang has, like, other siblings? Like, they're not the first baby one, but they are very cute. Because they attack people like, with their little baby mouth. Yeah, they have, like, older siblings. They're pretty cute, too. I watched a thing about it. They all have Moo something. It's like Moo Dang, Moo Wan, or something. Yeah. Here we go. Okay, we're getting somewhere here. Getting a ton of seeds. And it buffed off. This might work. Moo saying, me 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 me. Ooh, very rare. I would like to eat a steak that is not even rare, just well done. Well done. I want it burnt. I want there no juices in it. I want it to taste great. Leather, yes. Leather's weird. It's weird to think that somewhere along the lines, people are like, if I put the skin of this dead animal in this urine, it's gonna tan my leather. Isn't that a crazy thing? It actually happens. They use pee. Yeah. Unironically. Unironically. Like, they're not even joking. They might use something else now, but historically it's been like... There was a place, I remember I watched a documentary a long time ago about this place in this leather industry, somewhere in, I want to say in Morocco? I could be wrong. But there's this place, it's like famed for its leather and like their tanneries. And like they had like huge amounts of like pigeon poop. Like they would get pigeon and they would like step in the leather in these like pigeon poopy things, and it made like this, like it was like super nice leather at the end, but like the process is really gross. How many times can I get King Midas? Oh, that's a classic. That is a classic meme. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, wow. Ooh, ooh, ooh. 2002. Oh, she's hurt. For some reason, I imagine mom saying that. Oh, yeah. Oh, geez. Oh, yeah, they felt that. They're crying. They're hurt. They're crying is what gets me. Oh, yeah, they're crying. Oh, yeah, they're crying. Oh, yeah, they felt that. They're hurt. They're crying. Crying. Just adding that bit for some reason, so it just kills me. Luck. Ooh, a golden carrot. I need more bunnies. Oh, I need to deal with that thief stealing all my crap. Beep, beep, beep. Ooh, a Midas bomb. Here we go. That'll get rid of some of this clutter. It was okay. It wasn't as good as I wanted. Ooh, a geologist. Here we go. I would like to get that fruit lady, Miss Fruit or whatever, so she could just eat all of these peaches. You guys know that song? And it's just like... Oh, what is it? How does it go? It's not millions. It's like... Something of peaches. Peaches for me. There's a band called President of the United States that made a song with peaches related into it, and I forget how it goes. I remember the name, but I don't remember the... How does it go again? What is the actual lyric? Whoa! Look at that monkey go! That was cool. That was almost a huge cycle there. It's been a long time since I've had like a really big, like 1,000-point freaking... Why can I not remember the name of that, or how that song goes? Oh, I remember how it goes. I'm going to the country, gonna eat a bunch of eat a lot of peaches. That's it. That's how it goes. Going to the country, going to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Here we are. What I was trying to get at, though, is I need someone to... Look at all these peaches I have. So many peaches. Like an obscene amount of peaches. I like nectarines, but peaches are okay. Really? I don't know. I think peaches are... I don't know. You'd have to get them at optimal ripeness to compare again. Nectarines are pretty good, but I find them to be more firm. If you get a really big peach, like the size of your hand peach... Like, and they're like well ripened and they're kind of soft almost, and like the skin falls off. Oh, a mangosteen? No, I haven't. I've heard of them, but I haven't tried them. And, well, oh, here we go. She's going to the game, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Oh, wow, I skipped that thing. I shouldn't have. Whatever. Eat peaches. Oh, look at all these seeds. This lady's gonna be the fattest lady in the world. Okay, let's get rid of those. Nah, okay. Just half of them are seeds. And pinatas. I want an eldritch. I have no curses. Just get rid of some of these. I want something good. Ah, item. Yeah, there we go. Eating peaches. As foretold. Get another peach. Whoa, a pirate too? Now we're cooking. I hope I can make enough. Oh my god. Oh, that was my most promising one yet. Alright, I'll do one more and then I think it's Betty Bye time to Dan today. You know, it's funny. Like, whenever I play Luck Be a Landlord, it's usually on a day that I'm, like, tired. They usually turn out, you know? I like these ones. It's not even about this game. I'm just talking about garbage. Talking about my day. I'm looking at that cat boy. It's early yet. We can get frying eggs in here. Eggs and cheese now. Eggs, cheese, and milk. That's the only things I need. Come on. It'd be nice to get a chicken. Meh. Where's baby Carlo? I think he's in the other room. Being a baby cat. A lot of the time I always say that Carlo's being Jonathan's scarf. And it's because, like, Jonathan will sit like this. He'll be like, and he'll sit for his food. And then Carlo walks up. So, like, if he's sitting here, Carlo, like, walks up and he goes, like, right in front of him and he goes right by his neck and he stands there and poses. So I always say he's just a scarf. It's funny. Super cute. Oh, damn, that's a good one to get. Grave robber? Yes. This chick will become a chicken. That'll make me eggs. That'll make my omelets. I've thought it all through. Baby Carlo. He's so soft. I want to find some... I need to get my omelet going. If I get a cow and a chicken, then I'm pretty well set. Oh my god. I can't go out on that. I need to get one more. Oh, this is how they get you. Oh my god, making me get cultists? Damn you, game. They forced my hand, you know. Oh, I shouldn't have got the oyster. Now it's gonna pollute my thing with a bunch of freaking worthless things. Okay. I hate that pearls are only killed by the diver. Like, it's the only thing that that guy does. I mean, I'm gonna keep going. You know what? Let's see if we can get this diver. Get a banana peel. See, this is actually fiendish. I'm gonna get this in case a thief comes, and then it'll take care of that. I don't know why. I just have to get a cat every time. I have nothing that gets rid of that yet. Adorption papers. I need another oyster. Void creature. Cat. There we are. Jonathan. Jonathan's so funny. Just meows so hard all the time that he's just exhausted, so he's just tired. I really need a way to deal with all these pearls now. My oysters are being extremely productive. Big urn. Okay, so the luck begins now with the cats. Meowsing, making biscuit orders? I know. Jonathan's never behind on biscuit orders. He's making like a whole bunch as well, not as we speak, but you know, at all times, at any given moment, there's a huge amount of biscuits. Backlog. Oh, I should have gotten that cow. And then I turn into a freaking koala. Oh. Oh. If I get a diver, I'll be very happy. Pizza the cat. Ooh, make my cats worth more. I like that. Monkey around. Do I even have a monkey? Yeah, I do. Okay, good. If I win with this build out of all of them, that'd be crazy. Hard-working cats. Oh, those cat boys, they are very good. Boo-boo. Oh my god. Alright. This one's for real. This is the last one for real, so. Okay. Come on. Trying to get things that break. Do. No miners yet. Still get it. Beep. Oh. Gotta sit up straight for a moment. There we go. Jonathan, after a long day of sleeping all day, has to go lie in my bed and sleep a little bit more. I mean, I don't mind. I think it's good. I think it's good. Okay. Ooh, maybe if I get the dwarven anvil, it would be good. Or a geologist? Miner works. Okay. This build potentially should do okay. We're mining. Ooh. Yeah, there we go. More cats, more luck. Meow, 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 meow. I'm gonna have to give Jonathan a quick little cat pet here. Just give me a second. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Good pets. Oh. Look at them. Professional good boy. Hey. Alright, you wanna go? There you go. Soft as hell. As soon as I pet him, his head sprung up and woke up. I'm like, oh, what are you doing? Ooh, protractor. Hmm. Do I have a hooligan? I don't. Oh, damn! I got another 7. There we go. Jonathan. So small. Ooh. Diamond. Diamonds are marginally forever, kinda. Long time. X-ray machine. Do 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 do. Get rid of some of these pearls right off the bat. Because I got rid of those pearls, I'm guaranteed a diver now. Dave the Diver. Man, that's a good game. It's been a while since I played some Dave the Diver. Maybe it's time to play again. Catch a few fish, make a bit of sushi. There we go, some golems. I'm liking that. Oh, you drink my fancy wine. Silly guy. Time machine. Moon. I get cat. Yeah, I am sleepy. If you're sleepy, you should go. The stream is almost done. And I don't want to deprave you of some good sleep. What? Jonathan? Did I see this? Oh, you're not. Okay, let's go, miss here. Wait. Oh my god. Look at all these rocks that I'm getting. Cheese? Do I got some mousy? No, I don't. I have one miner, but he's freaking slow. Like I have a million ore and this guy's just not mining? Should I kill him? I can get a miner anytime. Nah. No. Thinking about killing him. I was just like, I had the gun on him. I'm like, Another emerald. Item. Shadiest Place has subscribed to my thing. Did you guys see that? That's pretty sweet. My YouTube. I like people subscribing to my YouTube. It makes me happy. As you all should. Let me go look at this. Let me browse this. What's going on? Oh yeah, it went up. My numbers go up. My numbers go up. Soon, I will reach the coveted 1,000 mark, and then I will make money. Won't that be exciting on YouTube? Oh, I got a lot of emeralds. Even though it's cold now, I think that it'll speed up. Like now that all my things are mining up, I'm gonna be flush with cash. Ah, whatever. Do I want a chicken? Sure. Adorption papers. Skip. Yes. Skip. Good enough. Skip it. A lot of emeralds. Here we go. More golems. I need a Dane. gems are valuable. Like, it's crazy. Like this is gonna work. I'm gonna go off with a win. That's a huge amount of freaking gem money. Ooh. Start the omelet off. Damn, that was nice. Okay. Nice. Ooh, here we go. Now that's gonna be very good. That's a good Midas pawn. Nice. Okay, so that cleared up a bit. I get taller in here. Woo! There we go. Omelet City. Omelet City. Sounds like, have you guys ever played Neopets? In Neopets, there's like the giant omelet, which is like a place you can go and grab like a piece of an omelet to give to your Neopets like once a day or something. And that's what that reminds me of. Omelet City. Protractor. I will skip this. I'll take that. Okay. Here we are. Ooh! I buffed everything with that. That was great. Because of the protractor. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a nice little victory for me here. Fishbowl for my little fish. Beer for my dwarf man. Get him, dwarf man. Beep 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 beep. Boop 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 boop. I think that wine just matured. 82 on that. That's pretty nice. Okay. Got an egg for my omelet machine. There we go. Oh my god, yes. Now we're gonna get some good stuff. If we get a protractor lined up with a dame with all of those gems, she'll buff them all. Double. Ah, what a waste of a wonderful protractor there. Here we go. Now I got some omelets. So the omelets begin. Oh, cheese can turn into an omelet. Ah, here we go. That was pretty good. Yeah, the omelets, see, they're doing their thing. Omelets are pretty good. What the heck's going on here? The game's freezing? This game's too hard for my computer now? What's going on? A skip. Beep, 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 boop, 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 boop. Let's get a time capsule. I lost on this one? Wow. Well, I did say it was my last one. I was very confident it was gonna win, but that Dame didn't actually turn out as good as I thought it would. I thought it'd be better. What the heck, right? Like, that really abruptly ended. I thought I was doing good, but whatever. This is a losing day. Anyways, whatever. We'll see you guys tomorrow for more dance stream. I'm sleepy. I gotta go to bed. I'm falling asleep as it is. Good night. Yep, like, comment, and subscribe on the YouTube. Hehehe, tell everybody. Go follow, like, subscribe. We're getting there. We're getting there. Good night, good night, good night, 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 night. Good night.